Oh yeah, you lucky people. It's getting rare. Welcome back to Wizardry 8. If you saw the last part, that's where I got completely mugged over by a stingray. And, or bubble ray, or whatever the hell it was called. I take purify air, that fixed that problem. What did I take? Lifesteal. It was still going with lifesteal. Take artifacts. Take that, take that. Asylum. A mage. Take vitality. Don't really need vitality at all. We'll take propriety and sensors. So I'm going to take vitality just so we can max it out. And we decided to keep your point, didn't we? That's right. 3 in that. 3 in artifacts is no bloody good to you. 3 in range combat, 3 in thrones, same. Right. Since that went so badly last time, if you bothered to watch the 0.5, assume if it's a 0.5 it's because I get horribly killed at the end and everything goes wrong. But if you bothered to watch the 0.5, you know what happened. We're not going to go that way, because I don't really fancy getting wiped out by a ray again, and although, you know, I might not even encounter a ray this time. I die going one way or the other.
Our phone looks beyond.
Let's go the other one. So we're going to teleport, we're going to go back to the swamp, so we're going to teleport through here. I'm going to run straight down this hill. Hopefully not going to fight with them apices, and guarantee they are apices. We're going to proceed straight to the swamp, because we're not messing around. And we're going to load the map, which always takes ages for some reason. Doesn't matter how powerful your system is, it always takes ages for that map to load. I suppose it's because of the auto map and it fills in as you go. I come out, where do I come out? There. That's the mining tunnels, that's the beach. I never did explore down there. Yeah, alright. We're going to uncover that bit of the map quickly. Because, you know, completion. For completion reasons. Hang on, what kind of crocs are these? Oh, these are ants. They look like crocodiles.
This lot is no match for me.
For purposes of completion and leveling up, we're going to get in a few fights
Right there.
on the way up there. Especially since everyone's got moves they could do with leveling up now.
Very well.
Hey, let's use haste.
Taken care of.
Miss haste, been a while. Not going to be in range of ripping rocks, so we'll use razor cloak. Still doing that thing where we're trying to level their skills up ideally. As we could do with, more or less, we could basically do with higher top end
Gotcha.
Most tends travel than
spell
light.
pools, so we can use more spells before we have to stop and heal. You're not going to be in range by then. Can we use frost? Can you hit him with
Shall be
frost?
so.
Yeah. We've got to level that up because reasons. Because I've got
I'm on it.
where's my words? Let's try again, shall we? Because I've got an ice ball spell book, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. And it'd be useful to get him to learn it, because Saber really needs some. He doesn't really need some spells because his melee attacks are awesome. He's,
Right there.
you know, a valid party member just because of them, same as RF. But giving him some spells will give him some more ranged options, especially when we've got big groups like this. So I am trying to level them up. Although now they're in range, I should use Magic Missile instead. Hopefully he pulls that
It
off.
shall be so.
I know Frost will get me the Ice Ball option. Everything will increase his overall Wizardry skill, or his Alchemy skill, or, you know, whatever else. I'm going to have to have a look now. Yeah, I can't remember where it says. There, Wizardry. Everything will increase Wizardry, which... Alright, party. Everything will increase Wizardry, which is obviously... Overall, that's really useful to me. Right, close the gap on the Queen Ant. The big ants died really easily. The big ants, the little ants. Seriously, brain. I was thrown off by that ray. I managed to kill, 2 big groups of fish in a row without too much of a hassle, but the ray messed my entire party up. Fair enough, he was powerful. He was like level 20, and my next highest level would be TB. He's had the most kills. He's only 15, 14, 14, 13, 14, 14, 14, and 15. So, he's a good 5 levels higher than me. It's not surprising that he was very effective. But that AoE Death Cloud just really messed me up. If you didn't see the last part, I'm not sure why you're watching this part, but you can skip the 0.5s, just assume I died and didn't make any progress. Or it's a secret dungeon. Because I'm still going to put them in 0.5 even if I... well, we just got an empty bottle. Can we use it on this water? I think we can. No, doesn't look like we can. There we go. And then we've got cherry bomb. Can we do that with everything here? Have I got any more bottles? I might as well get us upgrade them to cherry bombs, because bottles themselves are worth nothing. These aren't the only thing you can dip them in. There's plenty of pools of water around with different effects: green water, blue water, so forth and so forth. Can I walk in that water? No, I don't really think I want to. If the water turns into cherry bombs, I probably don't want to walk in it. But ooh, bones. Bones usually means there's something really powerful nearby, right? These heligators.
Like the jackal, the enemy sleeps upon us.
They got the swallow effect, which can be a pain, and quite good resistance to everything, except mental. But we should be able to take them without too much hassle, and that's what we're going to do. Ideally, leveling up a few more skills as well. Well, apparently I'm not going to get my mythology bonuses, but never mind. Right, Razan.
Taken care of.
Raise a cloak.
Okay.
Bless.
Gotcha.
Guardian Angel.
I'm on it.
What can you use that will actually be able to hit him? Well, Frost is going to do nothing to him. And although I level it up, I would like a spell that actually does some damage when it hits him, even if it's just 1.
It shall be so.
Yeah, it's not going to be close enough, I know. Not really a lot you can do though. Fireball. Not yet. So we're going to be safe because I don't want to get anything eaten and then wander off. So we're going to summon some elementals instead.
Ready when?
We do need to attack one of them so TB can open with a firestorm. Not TB, Tinkton.
Right then.
So if we don't attack, the combat will end and... combat will end and all of these moves will be pointless.
Worthy opponents.
Are they worthy though?
I'm on it.
Yeah, you could do some sort of buff. Well, you could cast Terror, couldn't you? No, that's too far away for that as well. Damn. Alright, well, let's just keep you on Energy Blast, and if anyone come in range, we'll use it. Did I only get one of the elementals? Oh yeah, because I didn't summon Tinktons. Okay. We're really confused then. Alright, so we'll use Fireball with you.
Very well.
And then we'll use Summon Elemental with you, just to get one out.
Right then.
We'll use Banshee's Howl. Yeah. Hexen would be useful.
Taken care of.
Hexen anything's useful. Are they really still at your range? That's what I thought. And Razor Cloak. You're going to be too far away. So Razor Cloak Saber. You Guardian Angel, the only other person on the front line, yourself.
I'm on it.
You're okay. And you need to cast a spell. Let's use Max Strength Fireball.
Very well.
Okay, so he's unaffected by the Hex, fair enough. Come on, you cock. Oh, yeah. I didn't say crocs, I said croc. One at a time. I'll be fine. Are you going to stay over there and fight the air element, liar? Because we've got a nice big rock one here. Greater Wrath Elemental. 361. These are OP as hell. Like, starts with armor plate enchantment. Yeah. Maximum attack range extended, so you can hit as long as polearm can. But knockout is pretty resistant to everything. Not the sort of enemy you'd want to encounter. Same as the elemental. Not the sort of enemy you'd want to encounter. Which is good for me, because, you know, that means they're doing their job. They're very powerful. Very powerful, very reliable. Well, you don't hit them yourself, anyway. We might as well reduce your armor class. Might as well drop an acid bomb. I know you got that water resistance, but still want to level it up. I've got to remember to start using his spells every fight. Sonic Fire. Normal Fireball does 2 to 8. Sonic Fire does 2 to 10. It's not a lot more for a spell that's clearly a lot harder to cast. I'm assuming being psionic though, it's not dominated by my fire skill, it's part and part. So we'll level it up anyway. Might get both skills up if nothing else. And power cast obviously. Let's use a Superman on RF. Yeah, it's not just fumes. It's terrible, but we need to level that skill up at some point. That ray really threw me off. I know it's difficult under the water, and I haven't bothered to equip their other items again. They've still got the underwater breathing on. So lucky that's got unlimited capacity, really. Yeah, I got 2 damage over times now, so. Acid Bomb and Firestorm. There are a few more, like area effect clouds, which I will pick up when I get the option to. Alright, well, although the obvious answer here would be walk around and attack, yeah, I'm going to do this instead.
It shall be so.
For skill points. Because I've got to level stuff up at some point.
Very well.
So I'm going to deliberately use their least useful skills to me. Oh yeah, TVs would be mental, but you ain't got nothing that does damage. I want at least to hurt the things.
Right then.
So we'll use Crush. If Crush hits the top end of its damage, it does loads, but it's also got a really bad bottom end. Really, really bad.
I'm on it.
Valkyrie use... Let's use Restall.
Gotcha.
Could do with leveling that up a bit. Do you want to use Ring of Fire?
Okay.
Because we need to level your skills up. Amadeus, TJ and Vi all becoming quite useful hybrids. They're really good with their melee and their ranged attacks respectively.
Back to normal.
Yeah, they're really good with their respective spells and weapons. RF is just a hardcore melee fighter. If you have a roller monk, I would recommend specking him just like RF, just martial arts and speed. I'm sure strength and that affects your damage output, but I'd go. So does that look at his stats quickly? Because I suppose one's only threatening him. Yeah, so his left attack's kick, his right attack's punch. Look at the damage range on them. That's better than most of the weapons I've got equipped. With 8 initiative on both. So it's 2 swings, 2 attacks with 3 swings maximum on each attack. It's potentially 6 punches and kicks. 3 punches, 3 kicks. No, 6 punches and 6 kicks you could get in one turn. If you got really lucky. And that's obviously with haste on. I don't think that's even what I opened it up for, but no, I didn't. It's not what I wanted to check. What I wanted to check was, yeah, so essentially martial arts, close combat, and quick strike. It's all you need to put points into with a monk. I don't know if they can become a hybrid caster as well, but seriously, why haven't you managed to cast Crush yet? Is it just because enemies keep dying before you get a chance? And you haven't retargeted? Huh? Well, come at me, Buzz. Where are you? What are you? I saw someone creep along that horizon there. Okay. Well, I'm assuming the enemy that left them big skull, the skull. Words work. The skeletons that time. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my brain today. I've made a cup of coffee. Hopefully that'll fix it. Ooh.
What is it?
Yeah, that's a good point. So you're getting overconfident on my party skill. I'm not really checking if anyone needs curing or anything nowadays.
Goodness, that's behind
Listening.
me.
I should,
Like myself again.
because you know this is why. Well, not why I got wiped out in the water tunnels, but this is the sort of reason why I get wiped out. Not keeping an eye on people's health, especially not one of my main frontline fucking tanks. Even Vi, you know, if she hadn't fucked off just before the water tunnels, perhaps I'd have survived the water tunnels. Probably not, because Guardian Angel don't protect you against things like instant death. Alright, they're there.
A simple task.
Suppose the
Taken
gap
care of.
should be easy enough.
Taken care
I know they
of.
look at their health or anything, but yeah, they're really easy. It's easy. This shield should defend me, deflect most of them attacks.
Taken care of.
I don't know what's happened to my ability to speak. I think that Ray's literally knocked me into stunned silence. And yes, that kind of game. Sometimes you just get screwed on the dice rolls. Sometimes you enter in a fight you know you can't win. Sometimes you get pushed into a fight that you just can't win. Sometimes you get into a fight that's going really well, you know, that you've been in for a while, and then suddenly it screws you and just wipes out your entire party in one round. Yeah, I just want to get appropriate. There we go. Now exactly in the middle we can attack both of you.
Exterminate.
Well, everyone's hasted up, so this should be fairly quick. Although apparently these have some sort of armor class, because my hits aren't doing anywhere near what they usually do. But we can do something about that. Jericho Horn, not the armor.
Taken care of.
Yeah, we know you're nauseated, but there's not a lot of point worrying about curing that now. Just gonna let them use their weapons, hopefully get some weapon skill.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Oh yeah, he's unconscious. If you miss when he's unconscious out, I'd have been disappointed. Oh, well, there goes your armor class.
Thank goodness that's behind me.
So people should do more damage
Myself
now.
again.
Right.
In theory, anyway.
Most encouraging.
Well, we got an insta kill eventually. That all that 8 was actually 50 something. Hey, look, it's one of the Final Fantasies. I think it was 6 that originally introduced it. Sometimes on them games, when you're fighting something overly powered, you can get hit for 5 damage and it instantly kills you. And you go, what the hell? Because it's actually 5 million or 50,000 and it just don't come up. 6 or 7 that originally did that. Alright, well, we don't want to go to Trenton, because apparently we found our way back to that exit. Which means we skirted all the way around the edge. Well, we didn't quite did down there, but we did it more or less. Alright, so let's go the right way now. Is the clock in here? No.
Critter's coming for us.
Oh, okay. Beat me to it. Well, we don't really need to do anything, but yeah. Let's Firestorm. Might as well make this my last semi-training battle. That's Whirlwind? Really? He's just at range of that other Whirlwind? Alright, let's knock some fumes then.
Very well.
That's Frost.
It shall be so.
That's Razzle
Taken
Drums.
care of.
Ring of Fire.
Okay.
Bless.
Lust ins Trabugen wachen.
Don't need it, but let's use Soul Shield for the points of trying to level up. Blizzard probably can't quite reach, no. Alright, well, let's throw a Hex on you, because we can.
Right then.
And then after this turn, we'll walk there.
Alakais.
Back to normal again.
Should have waited for Ring of Fire really, because it's not really going to do anything now. It affects enemies that are closing the distance within you. Which is really, if you've got an enemy who keeps running away and you just keep getting to him and he keeps running off, like when I was trying to save Ansem or whatever his name is in the Wilderness, and the backpacks kept running away, and we might have eventually joined a big fight. Ring of Fire is really useful for that, because every time you get close enough to him, it'll hit him as you enter like the area around him. Imagine you've got an invisible ring around your party. When you get close enough, that ring touches him and he gets hit. Which is really handy for taking off that last bit of health that he's running to try and stop himself from losing from. No, that he's trying to avoid dying. Blizz. Yeah, use Blizzard.
Right then.
Very well.
I'm not that concerned if you hit me, because that just means I get to heal.
Exterminate. Exterminate. When you're here.
You love when they got like no health left, but you just can't land a hit for whatever reason the game decides. You know that Blizzard hasn't landed a blind yet. That's one of its possible effects. Well, it is its possible effect. I can't remember the exact stats on Blizzard, but we can have a look. Blizzard gives you 2 to 18 damage, which is the same sort of range as Crushes on damage. Ice damage, obviously. And possibly Cauldron Blindness. I haven't had any blindness yet, but Ice Ball only does 2 out of 10, so it does more damage than Ice Ball if they're close enough. That might make it worth using on its own. Well, there's the water and the trees and that trying to render in the distance. Back in the day, people didn't care about draw distances in games because it's not relevant until you're there, which is perfect. Got confused. We'll go this way, sort of. I'm gonna get lost in the bloody swamp. It's hardly my first time in the swamp. Oh yeah, we're not going to run straight into combat. Oh, okay, we are going to run straight into combat. Well, these aren't going to be hard to kill at all. This is not even worth training on, because by the time I've cast spells, most of them are going to be dead. So we're just going to fireball you and ice ball you.
Very well.
Although one will probably kill them. Could have hasted them, so they definitely got their turn soon. But what's worse that could happen? These are poison seekers. At very worst, they might land poison on someone. Of course, I got missile shield up, so it's not likely, but they might. Right, I got some coffee in my system now. Hopefully, the caffeine will make my brain work properly, and words will start coming out properly when I try and talk. I want to hold your breath, you know. If you watched any, well, I should imagine so. If you're up to this part, this would be like 33, I should imagine. I think. I haven't quite finished sorting out the other parts yet, but something like that. Well, you guys are. Yeah, you're always strong, worth loads of points on you. I know you're immune to status effects because you're robots. But yeah, you're always worth loads of points. Alright, we're going to kill you.
Listening.
Just before we do, let's just top up health. Because I don't really want to rush into a fight when people aren't on full health, because that's how things end badly. Hey, don't walking away. We're going to fight you. We're just going to... There we go. Right. Because I started the fight, I get a time to set up.
Taken care of.
Not quite as intense as when a fight gets thrown at me, but I will take the break, I don't mind.
Okay.
Bless.
Gotcha.
Not going to need a bless that rank. It's just for some reason I either cast it at 4 or full. I don't know why. It's just a routine I got myself into at some point.
It shall be so.
Yeah, don't start casting just yet though. We're going to summon an elemental with you. Rank 5.
Very well.
And then we're going to Firestorm with you. Oh, okay. Right, we're going to do rank 1 of Firestorm, but I suppose it's better than nothing to start the fight with.
Right then. It shall be so.
Narrow bear.
Guardian Angel Saber.
I'm on it.
A battle?
Your Guardian Angel.
With it.
The Valkyrie.
Gotcha.
You can't really do any of these. I should probably check rather than just guessing. Fortunately, this elemental's in the way, so I can't really see right now. But hey, once he moves, I could have cast him to the side, despite thought he's in the way.
Very well.
Hey, it gives me literally a human, well, not human shield, but a stone shield, which is better than a human shield. I haven't done the maths, don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure stone's a better wall than flesh. Unless you believe that line 300 film, of course, when they hide behind a wall made of bodies, and for some reason the Persians aren't good enough to just knock over a wall of bodies.
Right then. It shall be so.
Right, we're gonna be saving Guardian
I'm
Angel
on it.
TB here as well, and the Ranger,
Gotcha.
just in case they try and surround me, which they will try,
So much of
but
this.
then back ones aren't going to try and come close. No, of course they're not. But I made that decision after I'd set them up, so let's let them play out anyway.
Very well.
Could change that, but skills. If nothing else, it's a skill level up maybe. It's Acid Bomb for the same reasons.
Okay.
It's don't know, they're all useful. Jericho Horn.
Taken care of.
Because TB can only hold like is it 8 items you can hold? Yeah. The majority of them will always be instruments, so you got to choose which selection you want really. And they're well, there's 7 of the 8 I would really like. So there might only be 7 of the ones I really like, to be honest. Whirlwind, I suppose. Try and level every school up a little bit. So you might get a point in one of them. But you couldn't use Acid Bomb, could you? Right, well they should be pretty much dead now. Yeah, because you know, RF is gangster and gets bare hits. So.
Don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. TJ probably does more damage than RF does, but RF gets loads of attacks. So. That is a big stone elemental. Or earth elemental.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
I always get the insta kills on when I'm down to one enemy and stuff. Well, thanks for the stones. Nothing else where elemental paid off. I imagine since I'm unidentified they'll be impaling. Yeah. Which is roughly what my skill level is at the minute. Right, I got turned around there, didn't I? Because of the fight. Because of the good fight. The experience I could get from that. Right, so we're going this way. Let's try and stop getting turned around, or it's going to take me an entire part just to bloody get there. You know, as usually I'd have just cut to the bit while I was there. But for a more complete thing, I figured I should show that I give up on them tunnels and I was going to come this way. Still going to have to go, well, I don't have to go through the tunnels, but I'm still going to go through them tunnels at some point. Imagine how much experience I'd have got from that fight. Nothing else.
Something creeping around.
Where? Oh, okay. My bad, my bad. Well, these are weak, because these are well too far away from the area. Well, of course you resist winter. Well, we're going to use ice anyway, because
Right
it's
then.
too far away really for any of the spells to be useful. I'm going to use fire. That Hypnotic Lure, if I remember how that works properly, and I could be wrong, is actually a really useful spell. More along the lines for avoiding combat rather than getting into combat, because you can place it out of combat and it just sort of attracts enemies to it, like a beacon sort of thing,
Taken care of.
which is handy to say the least, because you can either E group all the enemies up. E? Scratch that. Alright. Yeah, so apparently the caffeine enemies were brainiac. You can either use it to group all the enemies up so you can get like them all in the same place for you, make it much easier to fight them. I didn't even look at what they had on. That's a good job that's not eye for an eye, because that'd have really hurt. That's Soul Shield. But yeah, it's quite resilient to a lot of stuff.
Right then. I am afflicted.
Yep. Hexed apparently. That's never good.
Very well.
Yeah. See, as Hex, they've got a lot less lower spell pull. Hex essentially half their skills, I believe it is. It's very painful. It will wear off, like, if not beforehand, like essentially instantly after the battle. But let's just close the bloody gap on these things. If I stand there and wait for these boys to shoot them down, I'd probably die. Especially with their skill levels as it is, because I don't know if I'll actually pull anything off. Oh yeah, now TJ is hasted and insane. That's always. Oh, and Saber, great. So between them, they've got enough power there to kill my entire party in one round if they only attack me. Well, there goes the Hex. It wasn't very good. It didn't last very long.
My illness is extinguished. Gotcha.
So we're just going to close the gaps on these guys. Although he's only got 11, so he might die before I even get close. Well, no, because of course no one in my team is a good enough shot to actually hit a target. Even when I let him level the range skill up a bit, they're still not a good enough shot. He's right there! One person! Well done, Tink. Now he's on 1 health. Can someone hit him?
My
Whee!
inner balance has returned. That's a relief. Back
Right.
to normal again.
Yeah, that hurt a lot though, doesn't it?
Listening?
Enemies with AoE, splash and splash damage and stuff like that are quite threatening just because the pain in the ass. It's not usually what you fight, so you're not that well prepared for it. Well, you guys might be. I'm not.
Back to normal again.
What is it?
I do need to camp before I go to the top route anyway. Let's see where I am. Yeah. Where's the blip? That's there. I'm back up by the beach. Okay. So we want to turn around and go this way.
Ah, a creature.
Huh? Yeah, up there. We can't hit them from here. You know that, right? If I try and camp, are they gonna enter combat with me? Because I ideally wanna. I want to run all the way down there to camp. I ideally want to camp, but I don't want to get into a fight with the Beijing or the Murlocs. I don't want to get into a fight with the Murlocs. Right, we're gonna go camp in one of these little huts. If nothing else, I can hold the doorway. Yeah, back to the wall's probably not the best option, but we're gonna do it this way. Because you know some enemies can clip through. I know it's been a while since we saw that, but if you remember the monastery at the beginning, the rats attack you through the wall if you back up against the door, or back up in the corner near the door. That being said, of course, it is the beginning of the game, but if anywhere in the game works the best, you think it'd be the beginning of the game, since that's generally, you know, the demo and the early tested parts during development. Generally speaking though, I don't know exactly how the development process of this game went. I know it was cut off really early. You can tell that by the fact there's an advertisement as you exit the game for a can't remember the name of the company now, but for a custom PC company, you know, for people that don't know how to build their own and
Ready.
prefer to pay someone to do it for them. If you know how to build your own, then you know that's not worth the investment because they charge you at least 20% extra for the pleasure of doing something you can do with a screwdriver. In fact, you don't even need a screwdriver nowadays. A lot of things are toolless now. Yeah. Right, so we're buffed on that. Let's I should probably be safe and save it, shouldn't I? Before I wander up here and get myself killed again. So we're going to do that. We're going to save the game. I think the autosave when you die actually saves it at the moment you die anyway. So it's irrelevant that I'm trying to play on Iron Man rules. If I let the game play until I die, then I can't reload it. I thought that was the right route. Did I miss a turn? Okay. Confuse me. Alright. Well, when we initiate combat... Oh, that's a big group. Can't see them.
Stand back and watch me fight.
There they are.
You might learn something.
Right, Soul Shield. No. Well, summon Elemental with her and him, and then Soul Shield someone else so they all get the buff. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Summon
Very
Elemental.
well.
You too. Summon Elemental.
Right then.
You haste everyone.
Taken care of.
You bless everyone.
Gotcha.
And then you Soul Shield. Oh. God damn it.
By the black pit, yes.
You Soul Shield everyone. What? Yeah, what do you mean yes, TB?
Gotcha.
Oh, we're going to have to change the ranks of these stuff or they're going to fail, so... Soul Shield's going to go up. Should we throw... Which is apparently not one of them ones. It's not, is it? It's one of these ones. Element Shield up as well, just to be better safe than sorry.
Very well.
You know, we started with a Hex and stuff, which is always great. Alright, we're going to do a Chaos Drone first.
Taken care of.
And hope obviously he doesn't fail it due to Hex, because that would be irritating. We're going to throw a Firestorm. We're going 2 out, we'll play it safe because of the Hexes and stuff.
Right then.
We're going to Guardian Angel, best we can. Someone, TB.
I'm on it.
Yep. Yep. I know, you're going to keep spamming AoEs. What's that one? I'm a mammal, alright. Yep.
Gotcha.
You can't really do anything. You, on the other hand, can. So let's use Ring of Fire, rank 2.
Okay.
Well, they did something to some of them anyway. Right, because of the Hex we can't really do a lot, but we can do some stuff. Let's throw Noxious Fumes out.
Very well.
If we randomly stats effects, that would be a bonus.
My illness is extinguished.
Right.
Affliction back to normal again.
Fireball.
Right then.
I'm sure everyone remembers he's wiping me out once or twice. I think it was twice. Don't know if I put both of them in the video, but it was twice, I believe. Let's use a Dulcimer just to keep everyone's health up. Because, you know, don't trust these guys. Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel.
I'm on it.
All the Guardian Angels. Can't really do nothing, can you? Although I would like to level something up rather than just use your throwing stuff, so you range your missiles? Missiles it is.
It shall be stronger here.
Some motorbus.
Alright, that's Ring of Fire. Look at all the buffs we've got now. Whee. Loads of buffs. Feels good. Well, I haven't done the maths, but all of them buffs on there pretty much, if not more than, at least doubles the efficiency of this party. So it's definitely worth having them up.
A strong
Some of them obviously you don't want to cast because you got in a battle, but the ones that aren't combat you definitely want to have on all times if you can. Well, when you can. Well, where's the other one then?
Right then.
Very well.
It shall be so.
Suppose we wait a turn. Wait for them hexes to wear off, hopefully. And then we'll be haste with TV, obviously. Okay, so the fish people can't be poisoned by the look of it. Or nauseated. But yeah, even my elementals have got all the buffs, so we should be fine.
One less affliction, that to take care of.
How come you just got so much stamina back, TV? Did I already use? Well, we've just been stunned, hexed again. So, you know, it was worth waiting for that to wear off. Alright, let's throw another firestorm.
Right then.
And well, these are going to have really high resistance against water, aren't they? I'm going to throw one anyway, because, yeah, leveling up purposes.
Very well.
I remember like 2 levels ago these things messed me up. Yeah, you can go to ammunition. You have to wait a minute. Just reapplying the damage over time moves for level up purposes. I know these fights are extended a lot by level up purposes, but anyone who's played this knows it does not hurt in the slightest to spend a little bit of time each fight leveling up your lower skills, because by the time you need them they'll be higher skills and useful to you.
It shall be so.
In all fairness, with the elementals in the way, they can't really use their hours in it anyway. Not completely blocking them, so they'll try, but they'll shoot their elementals more often than not. With my luck.
Okay.
I just rested and I pretty much used all the mana on this fight, but never mind.
Taking care of.
Just use something so they can actually do something.
It shall be so.
Oh, here he is. I wonder where the other one was. Because every time we used AoEs, it was just like hit 1.
I regret that will be impossible.
Oops, sorry, elemental.
Hordes of hell could not do it.
As he's not covered up, I should just leave them to attack, I reckon. Seriously, stop shooting the elemental, because we don't want it to turn on us. Stop it. How hard is it to hit him and not the elemental? There's a big gap between them.
I'm on it.
But we're going to close that gap because you guys are missing by far too much. Although the elementals will probably kill him before I get there, in all fairness. Yeah. Because the elementals are pretty strong. Obviously, Earth one's stronger, Fire one's got an AoE and so forth and so forth.
My power grows stronger.
Grass TP. It's always nice to get a level up, especially at this point in the game. So why were you... Oh, because you're the empath who's guarding the caves. Yeah, these are going to throw loads of crap at me. I didn't realise that was an enemy, because it was non-hostile. I was just like, what's that?
My inner balance is
That's
Whoops. Feeling queasy.
a fantastic start.
Very well.
Alright, Soul Shield. Summon an elemental will punch that thing in the face, will you?
Right then.
Westall's not really any good to us. We will close the gap in a minute, but first things first, let's just... Don't trust empaths.
I'm on
You
it.
should never trust an empath. If you ever meet an empath,
Taken care of.
which depending on your definition, literally means somebody who can sense emotions, so... Somebody who's empathic or has a lot of empathy, it's just somebody who cares a lot. So an empath would be someone who can sense emotions or feel emotions. So all empaths in a sense. I don't need to be able to sense that someone's pissed off with me to know they're pissed off with me.
That's a relief.
Ooh, haste rank 8 was that? Because I can only cast rank 7. I can't even cast haste yet. I don't think anyone knows it. Seriously, stop hitting the water. Oh my days! Stop hitting him, or he's going to turn on us. Then we'll have to kill a water element as well. Guys, well, part of stop hitting him, then keep shooting the water element on the back. I think there's a chance of him turning on you, like a certain percentage each time you hit him, because I've had some turn on me on like the second hit before, and some not turn for ages. That always just, you know, if you've summoned, say, a yellow strength one, you've got less control over it and it might turn on you, whereas green one's safe. Just heal himself. Not very often you see that from enemies. Yeah, that fight probably would have been a lot more challenging if I drew in with all the others. So it's a good job I didn't. What is it? Well, everyone needs I'm just going to do it this way. Well, I would if Bishop would let me click on her. Right. Hello. Skill point in power cast. Can't argue with that. Right, obviously they want me to go through that cave there.
A creature.
I just walk up a hill. I did literally just walk up this hill. Blood drinkers are worth quite a bit of XP. How many are there? There's 20k XP. Looks like there's about 8 there, so that'd be 20k each. Is anyone close enough that 20k is going to make? Yeah, everyone is, by the look of it. Well, except Bishop and Tinkton, obviously, because they leveled up a minute ago. I actually wanted to go explore down there. Oh no, I don't. Not really, because that's the beach. I've already explored down there. Well, we're not jumping down to fight, and we could hit them from here with an AoE and then draw them to us, but we'll probably draw that group as well. I don't know what that is. About to find out. More wasps. Alright, let's do it. You cast Bless.
Gotcha.
You cast Rousing Drums.
Taken care of.
You cast Ring of Fire.
Okay.
You cast someone that does damage. Ice Ball.
Right then.
You do the same thing with a Fireball. Please don't backfire, because a backfire fireball or something will mess you up.
Very well.
Sanga here.
Right, now you cast Acid Bomb. Don't think you'll actually be able to cast this on them before they move, but let's give it a shot. We got to go round and down the hill every time I try and cast a spell for some reason.
Okay.
Collision and stuff like that, I'm guessing. Terrain collision. Rousing Drums is on. Let's use... well, I don't really want them running all over the place, so let's try Banshee's Howl and just Hex on this time.
Taken care of.
Well, he got his acid off, which is helpful. Try another Fireball.
Very well.
Why can't you cast that? It went red.
Very well.
You can cast it there. I believe that'll hit him anyway if I just cast it in the same spot again.
Right there.
Yeah. Well, most of them anyway. Right, now it might not, because they're all going to move up. So we'll adjust, we'll adjust.
Right then.
Same for you, Bishop. A minute ago I could use Fireball without a problem. Now I can only use the one below top right. I'm sure there's a reason for that. Probably slightly more encumbered or something. Not sure, but there's a reason.
The very hordes of hell could not do it.
Well, you could. You mean you wouldn't hit nothing? That's what you mean, TV.
Taken care of.
Alright, well, should be over fairly quickly. Nothing else I can hit him with. With Mox? Yeah, we'll with Mox him.
Okay.
since Fireball's difficulty has changed again.
Very well.
But they've gone out of sight, so that or they died. Died by the look of the map. But then
You
the
bellow.
map can be deceptive.
Listening.
Well, no, it can't because I got X-ray on. So no, they all died. They just died faster than I thought they were going to. That's all. Right, now we're going to the friendly place. Oh yeah, of course, QVI getting ready to piss off. Because you know.
Okay, maybe it's foolish, but when I was a kid, we used to see a sea monster here. I know, I sound like
When you were a kid?
Well, I've never gone to Beijing since, and I'm not going now. I'll meet you back in Arnica.
Alright. Now, I didn't mention this last time, but if I was to knock her unconscious or something like that, cast sleep on her or something, or knock her unconscious, or you know, some sort of stats effect so she wasn't physically awake, we could walk through there and she wouldn't say nothing. When she wakes up, she'll do nothing but complain about it, and she will have like a hex debuff. I don't know if it actually shows up as a hex, but she will have it while you're somewhere she don't want to be, making her more or less useless anyway. So we'll let her go, and we will proceed to Beijing. Just before we do, we will save the bloody game, and we will camp as well. Well, that's a funny Arnica bye. Hey, you didn't really get very far, did you? Wow, jiggle physics. Jiggle, really, I can't move. Really, polygony jiggle physics. That's like the old infamous from nude lava cheat. That is. Who wants to see that nude? It's polygons. Not even a lot of polygons. There you go. They have the same thing for Final Fantasy VII as well. Oh yeah, you can get Tifa nude and stuff like that. Why? Why would it? Hey, she's gone. Why would that possibly be not anything you'd care about?
Listening.
How is that something useful?
Ready.
Although I was reading something the other day about a new game that's coming out, if the name of it will come to me, where developers specifically said please don't make any, well their words were nudie mods for this game. Because they'd be really upset and stuff, and obviously if they find out about it they'll try and get it pulled down and that. But if you give freedom to mod players, then they can technically do whatever they like. So it's a request. It's a request more than a viable enforcement. They can't actually do anything about it. They can just ask for them to be taken down because it is their work and stuff. But I can guarantee before, this is what made me laugh, is the game had been out or they'd been announced or something about an hour beforehand. I can't remember if it's out or not. I can't remember what the game's called. Looks good, but then a lot of games look good. So, but yeah, I can guarantee before they even said that people were already trying to make a nudie mod for the game. It's a game where people look quite realistic in it, so you know what people are like for them sort of games. Damn, Legendary Lowing stuff's still alive just because people buy it because there might be nudity in it. Hey, at least it's nudity you might be able to control. I suppose it's a step up from standard porn.
An object.
I see
Oops.
something.
Didn't mean to skip our this thing, but I always forget clicking on the screen does that. Right. Well, I don't think we'll come up against any rays because we're not technically under the water. We will be, but we're not at the minute. We might come up against some Beijings and stuff.
This lot is no
And-
match for me.
Apparently some stealth crabs. Some really weak stealth crabs, but stealth crabs nonetheless. Right, well we don't really want to use a lot of my mana, so we will... These are quite weak and we've got an instant kill. We'll just auto attack these then, since we already killed one of them. You got poison darts equipped? Oh, okay. Didn't really want to use the charges and that in them, but I suppose this is the next storyline area, so I'm going to have any troubles with anything. Yeah, see these crabs are level 10 because it's about the level that you need to be to come this way. You know, if you were doing the storyline and nothing else, you'd be about level 10. But the enemies outside, you'd have to get extremely lucky to beat, or have a really good plan to beat them at level 10. Oh, this is going to be a fight and a half. this is one of the downsides of coming this way.
It's time to play.
Is you've got to keep running through sentry, these Beijing bloody sentry people. Okay, well we need Soul Shield first.
Very well.
Before they start trying to throw insanities and stuff at me. Still not really anything you can do, is there, mate? Alright, well you just don't do anything this turn then. Tinkton Firestorm up there.
Right then.
TB, Rousing Hawk, Drums, Tinkton, I know that'll still hit him, but let's move it down here. For some reason, rank 4 is now too risky for you. I'm sure there's a reason it does that, but the first time I go to cast a spell, it always seems to give me a better odd of landing it than the second time, even though that hasn't. You know, even if I haven't cast it, I'm just repositioning it. It's just peculiar. Sure, there's a reason for it, but it just seems weird.
Gotcha.
Alright, yeah, you're Soul Shielding, didn't you? Oh no, we did Soul Shield. Alright, so you're summoning an elemental then. I don't want him behind me. Guessing the cave's too small. Rank 3?
Very well.
Yeah. Cave's too small.
Most insurmountable invasion.
Alright, Chaos Drone as well. TB is very much a support character now, but he's a very useful support character, so I won't complain.
Right then.
All his moves have got a pretty good chance of landing, so Banshee Tower, let's try and hex them as well. If I can hex them before they hex me, that'd be useful, because then they probably can't cast a hex. Ah, sorry, Insanity's not going to work. We have a pretty good immunity to stats effects now, mate. If we'd come through a few levels ago, on the other hand, before I'd re-equipped, and basically the equipment everyone's got gives them some level of defense against mental and water because of the area I'm in. Rings and stuff wise, anyway. Sonic Fire.
Very well.
Not trying to level skills up, but it's going to do about the same amount of damage as Fireball would, so. About, probably not the. Yeah, so you run away. So, ignore him, just keep fighting. That's the Ego Whip. The move he just used. It's got a nice animation on it, I like Ego Whip. Right, we're going to Fireball just because it's got the increased range on it. Since you're not going to be able to do anything other than waste ammo, let's try and level something up. Any blast, run up.
It shall be so. Back to normal again.
Try and level things up a little bit, because that way
Right then.
you might be able to pick up a few books, which will give him a decent increasement in stats. We'll use the Mendon, top everyone's health up, because they've all lost a little bit. No point using an Acid Bomb, let's use Fire Bomb.
Okay.
Blessed's already up, Soul Shield's already up. Magic Screen's not the combat one. I guess you just attack them.
Most insurmountable invasion.
No, you were running. I think none of that time around and do AoE damage to me. You were running away. Carry on running away. No, that's not running away, is it? That's standing right there. How much health you got left? You see your pain in the ass. I could walk down there and beat him up. But I'm assuming he'll come back this way to try and regroup. They like to be in a group. Well, everyone's back on full health, so good luck, guys. Well, bad guys. Don't actually want you to have good luck, but you know, it's a nice thing to say. We won't bother waking TV up yet, because he deserves his nap, he worked quite hard. Yeah, that's right. That's not enough damage to be scary. Are we gonna keep just turning around and looking at him, or is he actually gonna do anything? Well, you're gonna be dead soon, so I don't really want to walk down there because it'll end the combat if I kill him and they kill you, because I can't see the third one then. And obviously ending combat's not a problem, but I'm fully buffed and elementals and stuff, so I'd like the combat just to end in one go rather than two. Alright, Ranger, can we wake TB up please, because I'm going to want to chuck out a Dulcimer.
Okay.
Let's use Hypnotic Lure. See if we can draw anyone else to here.
Very well.
Could be a really bad idea because you don't really want to draw more combat. But if anything else, it might lure. I don't know if it works on enemies that are already fighting you, but it might lure them up to the lure. Pattern back in AoE range, so I can actually use splash damage spells without just being wasteful. Well, not really back to normal, because normal nowadays is when we're hasted. These Rinjin are really... They're like one of the more irritating enemies in the game, because they're resilient to damage, they've got pretty good dodgers. And their AoEs with hexes and stuff just make these fights last so long. Well, that's the Hypnotic Lure.
My illness is extinguished.
It essentially lures enemies towards it. Like I said, I don't know if it works on enemies in combat. I doubt it, but it's worth a shot. I know it does work on enemies out of combat because I've used it many times to get everything grouped together so I can fight it all in one, or quite the opposite. I've used it to separate people or move them out of the way so I can get through. Oh yeah, one of the enemy's spells fizzled. It's not often you see that. Seriously, remember how many instant 100% kill chances I was getting a minute ago? Like every other fight it was like, yeah, you died instantly. Now I can't get one. You know, fights that may actually go badly for me, because you know, if they land an insanity on any of my melee classes, they'll mess up my party. You know, or insanity can make you do anything really. So they could insanity Tincture and they could cast, you know, fireball on the party or something like that and really mess my day up. Or firestorm and yeah, make things a lot more irritating for me.
Very well.
Yeah, I was going to heal with you, but then I realised, well, you've got 2 hours left, love. Alright, so, you just stamina everyone, please.
Gotcha.
The elementals are fine, because they get heal benefits when you heal. Alright, now TB's awake. Can you dulcimer everyone again, please, TB? Bloody hex. Alright, yeah, you Psionic Fire again. Don't know how much damage it's doing, but whatever. I'm assuming that levels both psionics and fire up. Although, if I remember right, there is a way of checking that. I believe I'm just going to assume because why wouldn't it? This game's smart enough for a game that's so old. It is, you know, more in depth than most recent games and modern games. People like things simplified nowadays, or at least on the base level, on the level they can see they want it simple. Are you gonna... Oh, he's unconscious. I could say you're not gonna remove water elemental, but not if you're unconscious. No, probably not. Alright, well let's cast Restall again. There you go, he's conscious again. Let's cast Dulcimer again. I take it they killed the other elemental then. Imbalance in my life reports. See, I like that voice for the samurai. It's a very much... you know, very much samurai sounding. Samurai or ninja. He looks quite good as a samurai as well. Didn't really want to call him Saber, but you know, wasn't feeling that creative when I created the party, unfortunately. Saber's a decent name. It's a good. There's a pun if nothing else in it. Since he's a, well, he's not a saber expert, but he's a sword expert. There's, you know, it's a type of saber. Yeah, I would wait for you guys to do this rather than risk and drawing another fight, but I'm already running out of hours. There we go.
Back to normal again.
Life forms exterminated.
My inner balance has returned.
Alright, everyone finished chatting? Someone just reached 100. Music skill. Congrats, TB.
Ready.
Congratulations,
Yes.
TB.
Listening.
So, you should be able to learn something else divine soon. Although, obviously, some divine skills can only be learnt by priests and bishops and stuff. Yeah, it looks like it must be most full.
More beasts.
See, that's what I didn't want to happen. I was like, why are the yellow blips everywhere? Well, it's a one-man fight. Yeah, he's retreating, so it's a one-man fight. So I might as well just hasten and walk headfirst at him. Although fools might be tanks anyway, so he might walk to me. A fool means minion, doesn't it? Like, yeah, like a warlock's pet would be a fool, sort of thing. Or someone that dominated using mind control or something. So I should be able to... Well, fire is definitely their weakest resistant, which isn't surprising. His maximum range is long, so I'm going to have to close the gap myself. Yeah, what I was going to say is, essentially, if they're fools, doesn't that mean they'll kill the person who controlled them, or was in charge? They'd become friendly, or no longer hostile at the very least? Whether they are neutral to begin with, so I suppose that answers my own question. But then again, most enemies in this game are only neutral till you get close to the bloody things. Ooh, pretty. See, that's cool that they're flying up so high and that, but I don't really want to pick a fight. Remember earlier when you could walk around in the ocean? How many of that bits of water in this game you can do that in? Right. Unfortunately, I was all comfy from that last fight. I was all laying back and stuff. Now I've got to sit up again and play again. Right. Well, this is going to be the same as last time, so we're just going to... Don't mind getting into these 1-on-8 fights, because it's quick enough, isn't it? Although I should really equip people with arrows again, shouldn't I? So, can you stop using every... Because you had like 60 of them a minute ago. Stop using all your thrown weapons. Hey, the poison killed him. Awesome. So, what? Upgraded dual weapons from throwing things apparently? Didn't know you could. I know it was dual wield and thrown items, but technically speaking, like a sling and stones is thrown items. Like dual weapon, dual wield and thrown item. You're a very strong looking crab. Sort of strong crab. In all fairness, if you want to look at strong crabs, like the king crab you fight in the first dungeon would be the strongest crab because he's a big threat to you when you first meet him. Well, if he can be a big threat to you. One, you know he's coming and you're prepared. He's pissed.
Taken care of from Bhagavad-gita.
There we go. Now drums of rousing. Oh hell, he's got an extra 150 health of the air one. Air one gets to attack more. He's faster. He might have other effects as well, but he's faster is the primary one. Well, not now because he's unconscious and paralysed. Glad I summoned some elementals to deal with this crab's melee attacks, because apparently they can really hurt. Damn cure crab. But I hope we don't get into a fight with a group of these, because that could be a pain. Right, let's walk around behind him. There we go. Get in, boys. You still get like proper damage, but you know, if you had a rogue, the backstab thing would make sense for once. What is this crab already fighting? Yeah. Yes, it is.
Taken care of.
You must be able to reduce the armor class of a crab. I don't feel like using any spells, but it feels like it'd be a waste.
Exterminate.
Well, more or less a waste. We'll cure paralysis, haven't we? Yeah. I don't know. Let's use full strength. I should take it off. I have no idea what sort of strength you'd have to cast.
Bad.
And he's blinded. Alright, let's not cure paralysis. Let's just protect him.
Very well.
There we go. It's a bit late, but
Ready. Eyes over here now.
yeah, 1 second, 1 second. Cure paralysis. Rest all. And then
Yes.
use the dulcimer mending.
Taken care of.
Thank you. Right, I feel a lot more safe now. So what were we looking at? Well, them? Miles away. The sea sprites. They're miles away. We can't do nothing against them. Stop panicking, team. Damn. Right, so obviously we've got this big beachy area and the jungle area next to it. It's like a giant island. No matter which way you... If I'd taken the other tunnels, the ones we died in, the water ones, we would have still ended up on this beach. Just a longer way. Longer way, but we're going to have to uncover all that route anyway, so it'd have been the same amount of time overall. Well, there's loads of hostiles over there. That's because we are on a Rinjin Island. We're on Beijing, which is the Rinjin Island now, so... Yeah, we're not going to spam. We're just going to use it once, and then we're going to disarm it the old-fashioned way. Not because they have any other skills or anything, just because I'd like a video to actually get some progress in it for once, because recently I haven't been done too well with actually progressing through the game. And I already know where I'm going to wrap this. Nunchucks are well good items. Look, it's got 3 to 12 damage, which is pretty good. Decent initiative in the hit, not great, but decent. 15% decent. 15% knockout. It can be primary and secondary. So if you give these to a monk, or because they've got a short range on them, so probably not a monk. But if you give them to a ninja, because the monk's pretty good with better hands, that's a lot of damage. And if he attacks more than once and so forth, that's a good chance of knocking people out. Mystic Spear is also damn good spear, look. 8 to 24. I think that's what TJ's already got equipped. But yeah, still a damn good spear.
More beasts.
Hang on, just picking up stones. Oh, are you all cure crabs? No, you're rock. Good, good, good. Good say, because that's going to be painful. Right, we'll start the combat, please. We will summon this.
Right there.
And we will do the same with you. Because, you know, I prefer to have big, heavy tanks in the way taking all the damage for me. While I set up, we will haste. Hopefully you get the elementals out before we haste. Hopefully. We will acid bomb. See, Amadeus has now got enough spells that we don't really get to use his arrows anymore. We do, he still gets to fire loads of them. I know this because the amount of times I have to replace them. We will bless. What are you casting? Something like that, yeah. We will magic missiles because that's the only area you've got. Right, that's acid bomb applied. We will now ring a fire. We will then firestorm.
Right then.
And we'll use Sonic Fire just to level up purposes. Yeah, I know that did like 1 damage to each of them. We'll Banshee's Howl, try and curse you, because why not? Magic missiles again, because Saber's taking ages to level his skills up, but in all fairness he will, because he's on low level. Once it's safe to cast, they level up a lot faster. Although you're still using the unsafe versions. And picture it like anything in real life. Once he's got a bit of practice, he can do it a lot more efficiently.
Right then.
Once you know how to do anything, you can do it better each time you try. Until you know how to do it, you can't do it at all. Well, we live in the world of YouTube, so that's not true, is it? Anything I don't know how to do, a couple of YouTube videos and I can work it out pretty quickly. Always watch at least 2, because you never know. First person you watch might be misinformed or might forget to give you a useful bit of information. So you always watch 2. These are rock crabs and I'm just ripping rocks, so that's probably not going to do a lot. But hey, kind of different. Chaos Drone. CTB don't really get to do a lot of damage anymore, because Piercing Pipes only does like 15 or whatever. It's good at the early game, it's not so good now. But he's very useful for stats effects. And now all the crabs are afraid. Which I know means half of them are going to run away and then come back, and run away and come back. Oh, that wasn't too bad. But I'm using these groups to level up any skills I can, so I'm not that concerned if they do run away and come back.
Right then.
So it gives me a chance to level up range skills a little bit more than that. Weapon box again, why not?
Okay.
Anything to level something up would be good. You can't really level a lot up, but there's nothing melee range, so we might as well use Whirlwind, because I forgot to give you arrows. Yeah, that's good. Oh, well, he hit himself, never mind. It's only a low rank, it's not really scary. If that had been a max rank fireball, we'd have been scared, but for low rank, that's not really a problem. I know just what I just said about piercing pipe TB, but no, in fact we used Dulcimer. I just injured everyone slightly, might as well heal them all back up. Oxys fumes, which for some reason got stuck on something. Looking over there for? Oh, I hope we were looking at that crab, because I don't really want to draw anything else. Whipping box is slightly out of range. They can have good ice resistance, and that's pointless. Whirlwind it is.
Very well.
It's got the same range more or less, but well, I say more or less, probably exactly the same. TB ended up unconscious just before he cast the heal. There we go. Did I have elemental die, or did I only summon one? May have only summoned one, or maybe it died. Doesn't really matter. The battle's going to end. Oh, it's just this crab here. Is it? Did he run away earlier? Looks like it. Well, they don't seem to have acid bomb on them anymore, so let's reapply that. Doesn't last very long at low ranks.
Okay.
But that's why we're trying to level it up. Noxious fumes.
Right then.
Which is a terrible move unless you're deliberately trying to land poison on that and nauseous and stuff like that. Just damage wise it's not good. The fact it's got a status effect obviously makes it slightly better, but it's not a status effect you can rely on helping you too much. Mostly what nauseate does is just make people gag on stuff occasionally. It might have a chance to poison as well, but it's not a good chance. Poison Cloud on the other hand does have a good chance to poison. As we can assume by its name. Ow. Just change targets halfway through a moveset. Cheeky git. Right, well you can't attack at the wrong places. So energy blast then. Just try and level everything up with Saber for now. I'd like him to become a little bit more useful to the party. Now my apologies, you could have probably attacked, but never mind. He's all more or less dead anyway, so it's not going to make that much difference. See? It's just you now. Oh, it was just you. Just one of us slap him once. We win, naturally. Yeah, people are going to start leveling up again in a second. It's weird because you get this, you know, around level 9, 10, you get this big gap where you don't seem to level up at all. And then you get loads of level ups because of the quests and stuff they suddenly throw at you. Because they want you to explore for a little while and you don't really get nothing for the exploration. Which is why I did it in the background. Hey look, it's my ship. If not my ship, then someone else's. Well, what kind of crabs are you? Venom crabs. Alright. That's why you haven't attacked me yet, because you're so puny, you don't even realise I'm here less. No, Tinkton, they're not any match for you, but in all fairness, most of the stuff we come up against, mate. Mage is definitely the stronger class in the game. Well, you could argue Bishop is, but they take long enough to level up. Okay. They take so long to level up that you know, not necessarily super strong. I was going to say someone spawned in there, disappeared, or was it? That's a bridge bit over there. Alright, well, here's a broken blaster, which you know, could be repaired and stuff, I imagine, but gadgets and gadgeteers and stuff. Vacuum pump, and a black box that isn't broken. So we can actually scan that one in that machine. You know, which helps us with the quest to find the Dark Savant's location. I don't understand why this bit is perfectly flat like a trapdoor on the floor. Seems a bit... But yeah. I love the way our ship crashed and all there was like a fin sticking out the water and a panel. Their ship crashed and it's clearly a ship. But yeah, sure. Same as Vi's. Vi's crashed and was still clearly in pretty good shape. Ours on the other hand was completely trashed. Oh yeah, that's well, that's where we died, down there. In them tunnels. I do want somewhere to camp. Should we camp on the ship? Yeah, let's just camp in the back of here. It's the worst that could happen. Q getting wiped out by 50 fucking Beijing sentries. I do want to cure that drained on RF. He's only losing about 8-9 health at the minute, but still. It's a negative status effect I don't really want on him. Plus it covers up come on words. Covers up other negative status effects, so yeah, we don't. Although we could buff with these because it'd be a good way of leveling up their skill. We want reliable buffs that aren't going to wear off in 10 minutes, so we're not going to buff with these. Or in 10 minutes, be nice. Identify item. Alright, my brain's going to shit apparently. Keep clicking on the wrong things and casting the wrong spells and well, I did want to get to the prison camp. I say prison camp. There where they've got a few prisoners, it's not like a camp. Before I wrap this part up. And I don't know how long it's been running, because you know, as usual I never set a clock or a time or anything. Because I'm terrible and forget every time. Forget or can't be bothered. Depends how you want to look at it.
You bellowed.
I'm not complaining. I do like to bitch, but I'm not going to bitch if it's my own mistake. Right, and we are going to... Let's save for the nut. Except come on, chameleon. Which I know Bishop can cast, but I still want to level his alchemy up, so... Right, it's not really a fair test, is it? Oh, what's the time? I don't know what the time was when I started this part, so that's useless. Well, let's save that and see how long this has been going for since that last bit. Well, that's 30 minutes on its own, so let's assume I've been going about 50, 60. Alright, we'll wrap this part up here then. It's a breaker's edition, we're not going to level them up. We're just going to save it again. And then wrap this part up here. We'll level them up next time, because everyone else is really close as well, so we'll do it as a group. Well, as much as we can. Alright, stay lucky everyone. Next time we'll, you know, go kill some Murloc people. Some Beijing, Raging, Cajun, but Murlocs, or whatever they're bloody called. See you soon.